Back at Paul Brown Stadium, Bengals have won the toss. They will receive first. Let's first throw it down to the third member of our crew on the sidelines all night, Mike Valpreda. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Brad. Thank you. Good to be here. And another busy week behind the scenes for these Bengals, starting with the departures. Some familiar faces will not be a part of this 2011 team. Fourth-year quarterback Jordan Palmer, third-year safety Tom Nelson, both waived, and a trade from a promising defensive lineman, Clinton McDonald. But what that means, the Bengals get six-year cornerback Kelly Jennings from the Seattle Seahawks. He will not play tonight, but figures to be a prominent defensive back, guys. Also, Cornell Banks added from the Ravens squad on that defensive line. And last week, this big pickup, Taylor Mays, expected to see a lot of action in the secondary tonight.
Yeah, there will be a lot of action in the secondary. Thanks, Mike. And obviously a bunch of guys. That is where we will focus a lot of our talk this evening on, because it's a mishmash right now, and it may be an audition depending on how injuries play out, how the situation with waiver wires play out. There are a lot of guys playing for jobs, practice squads, or jobs on other teams right now.
I agree. I totally agree with you. Great point. Something to look at tonight, and I'm sure we'll be talking about it quite a bit.
Travis Baltz lets it go, and it is Andre Caldwell taking it out of the end zone and not getting back to the 20-yard line. He'll get it to the 19, and that's where the Bengals will start after Jerry Hughes takes him down. So Andy Dalton through the preseason so far, 30 of 51. His first TD connection with number 18 last week, and looking for a little bit more of that. There is almost nothing negative out of this kid's mouth. He is always talking about what he's learned, where he's going next.
A lot of poise, a lot of poise. That's the thing that's impressed me.
So they start 1st and 10 from their own 19-yard line. And Brian Leonard, the starting running back. Bernard Scott will likely sit out all night. As you see Andy's numbers from college, and he was prolific.
Bottom line there, he was a winner.
And as I talked with him this week, he just hasn't had a lot of history of sitting. He redshirted at TCU and then immediately came in. He has no interest in sitting on the sidelines and learning. He wants to learn going at it. And a little bubble screen to Jerome Simpson that the Colts sniff out immediately. As we take a look at our starting offense for the Cincinnati Bengals, our Kroger starting offense. They're looking to get the ball to Jerome Simpson a little bit tonight before he finally sits. Andrew Whitworth signing a 2-year extension. Will be hanging around through 2015. The leader on that offensive line. Third and long for this offense. Pocket collapses. Dalton scrambles. Looks for Jermaine Gresham. Incomplete. He was covered like a blanket. And the Colts force a 3 and out. Jacob Lacey out in coverage of Gresham.
Dalton doing a nice job there, feeling the pressure, pulling it down, and the ball kind of floated on him, trying to lay it in there to Jermaine, but that pressure coming from the right side of the offensive line.
Kevin Huber's had a spectacular preseason. This one not his best effort. From the 40, David Gilreath. Take it down across the 45-yard line. Colts will start with good field position. And the man they went out and brought out of retirement. 17 years under his belt. And make no mistake, he can still throw it.
He really can. I tell you what, he's been around for a while, but it speaks volumes about his talent for them to sign him and to start him here after not being with this football team that long.
From the 46, Collins going long. Gilreath and a flag. Taylor Mays out in coverage. Starting and lost the ball. He was there.
He was, but you got to get your head turned around. Right from the first play, we see what kind of arm Kerry Collins still has. Nice tight spiral. He's got really doesn't have him beat, but right there you see that he doesn't turn his head back, and that's why he gets the penalty. He was running stride for stride.
Taylor in the starting lineup for Chris Crocker. Brings it all the way down, first and goal. Couple of yards straight through for Donald Brown. So we take a look at the starting offense. Kroger for the Indianapolis Colts. Jacob Tammy doubles as an H-back and a tight end. Saturday, the man in the middle. That is the key to so much of it when Peyton Manning is in there. Second and goal from the 8. They spread it, empty the backfield. Collins under pressure and has it batted away. Michael Johnson has been in the opponent's backfield all preseason long.
He's going against the rookie from Boston College. Does a nice job. Once he gets the tackle turned, now he pressures. It's one thing to get that corner. You see the tackle turns perpendicular to the line, but then he presses it, and that gets him closer to the quarterback, and it gives him an opportunity to grab the arm. He's been doing a tremendous job rushing the passer all preseason.
Third down and goal from the 8. Now Taj Smith, Bengals read it, will force a field goal. Morgan Trent in the starting lineup at corner. As Taj loses his helmet. Bend but don't break.
You see the tight coverage right there, and that was one of the things early on in the preseason. They were given a lot of cushion, but then as we talk about improvement, that secondary has been getting tighter and tighter right there. As soon as the catch is made, the tackle is made short of a first down.
Adam Vinatieri to try and put the first points on the board. 23-yard attempt with Pat McAfee to hold.
The yellow, please. Thank you.
Up and through. And the Colts, by virtue of a long penalty, put 3 on the board first. 11:40 to go in the first. Back at Paul Brown Stadium. 23-yard field goal after a 4-play drive. 49 yards, 44 of that on a pass interference penalty. It is a warm one, 93 degrees. Little bit sticky, and it's going to get worse. That's what you get at the beginning of the NFL football season. Good conditioning move as far as coaches are concerned, right?
Yeah, you'll get in excellent shape with weather like this. Guys are just hoping when they move to those 1 o'clock games that it cools off a little bit.
Jim Caldwell this week says, I know you're used to Tony Dungy, who never lets a number 1 set foot on the field in game 4. It's going to look a little different tonight. Baltz hits it deep, and Quan Cosby will not bring it out. Bengals again will start from their own 20. Our Kroger starting defense for the Indianapolis Colts.
A couple familiar names there. Mathis and Freeney at the defensive ends that can put a pretty good pass rush together.
Play action and boot, and they got this one to A.J. Green, and A.J.'s got a first down. Run everything left and send 14 and 18 right.
That's one of the plays that I really like, the little play action to the left. Everybody's going that way, and then you bring out either the wide receiver, a lot of times it's Grisham, the tight end, and usually open, just getting the ball to him right away. See right there, all the white shirts running towards the run, and leaves it wide open to the right.
So the Bengals first down of the evening, out to the 31-yard line. Leonard got a couple. Antonio Johnson at the bottom of the pile.
Brad, those boot legs also set up by the run. When you're running the ball extremely well, that happens. But also the quarterback here, Andy Dalton, the young guy, really has to sell that, because a lot of times you have that onside defensive end that you got to come out towards. you got to make it appear that you've given him the football to the running back, or else the guy would just stay there. That time he came down hard.
2nd down and 8. He'll go shotgun. Loads the right side, throws to that side, and overthrows Jordan Shipley. One of the reasons you want to get the number ones, including Andy Dalton, out there at least for a couple of series, maybe more than that, is to continue that feel, especially for a rookie to get ready for week number 1.
Well, and you're right. I mean, especially not having been here all the offseason because of what occurred. Now you give him a chance to really get into a groove, and not that you have to play him a half or 3 quarters, but just allow him to continue that flow that he's had the last week.
3rd and 8 from the 33. Dalton got Shipley into Colts territory.
That's the thing that impresses me about the young quarterback. He overthrows Shipley. The play before, right there, right on the money, just stands right back there with poise and delivers the football like, here it is, just another completion. So he allows himself to get rid of that bad throw the previous play and complete this one.
Well, the quarterback has changed, but that guy has not. He continues to be your 3rd down possession guy. Dalton 3 of 5 for 31 yards so far. And their first venture into enemy territory. Dalton to throw again. He's got room to run. And he'll take it out of bounds at the 42-yard line. How do you like his decision-making skills, what you've seen so far?
I like it. I mean, he kind of moves to his left. I mean, he could very easily have just taken off running right away. But he looks, he sees number 36, Chris Rucker, making a run for him, and he keeps that ball up there, allowing the defender not to know if he's still going to throw the ball. The ball gives him an extra few yards. But I think the fact that he just didn't take off running right away shows that he's continuing to look downfield to hopefully find somebody open.
Leonard on 2nd down finds a hole. And they'll move the chains again inside the 32-yard line of Indianapolis.
We talked about the improvement both in the running game and the passing game. The last couple of weeks, last week and this week, it doesn't matter if you have Cedric Benson, Bernard Scott, or Brian Leonard. They're running the football effectively, and give that offensive line some credit too. That right side, Bobby Williams, Kyle Cook.
And you got to give it up to Chris Presley, the fullback, who got Pat Anger, the linebacker, to spring him loose out of the backfield as well. Mark it at the 32. Dalton to throw again. With protection, dumps it off. The ball was tipped, still got it to Leonard inside the 30-yard line at the 29 before Philip Wheeler takes him down.
Brad, you also talk about decision making. Here he dumps it off. He looks downfield. He believes, okay, nobody's open. I don't want to force it. You see Leonard just coming across the middle, which it is tipped. But he's going to make the safe throw, hopefully a quick completion, let the running back run with it. But good protection by that offensive line.
Jamal Anderson got his mucker up on that. It's 2nd and 7 from the 29. Dalton changing the play from the shotgun. Quick hit to Shipley. Short of a 1st down. At about the 23-yard line, we'll bring up a 3rd down and short.
Brad, it's interesting you mentioned number 90, Jamal Anderson, for the Colts defensive line. That's one of 3 former number 1 picks they've brought in from the defensive line standpoint. Tommy Harris, of course, the former Bears. And also number 75, Tyler Brayton.
Desperate to shore up that side of the football and help Peyton Manning out. 3rd and 1 from the 23. Brian Leonard behind the blocking. Hand on ground, and he'll take it inside the 15-yard line for another 1st down.
That's the old power play that the Bengals have run for a few years now. You pull the left guard, Nate Livings, right there. You see number 62 continues to move up. You see a nice block by Gresham taking the guy to the ground. And Brian Leonard following his fullback again. Right there, you see Bobby Williams staying on guys. Good blocking, good hard running by Brian Leonard.
4th carry for Brian for 21 yards so far. From the 14. Leonard again. He will leap at a moment's notice. Chris Rucker was happy to catch him in midair.
It was like, come jump to daddy. He tried to leap him, but Rucker, like you said, stayed up. A lot of times those guys are trying to chop their legs down from underneath, but Rucker did a nice job not going down too far and was able to make the tackle on Leonard. We've seen Leonard jump a lot of guys, and they just totally miss him.
2nd and 8 from the 12. The 11th play of this drive. Dalton looks middle, end zone for Gresham. It was behind him, incomplete. Jermaine looking to the sideline saying, where's my flag? He will get none, and it will bring up 3rd and 8 from the 12.
That Anger was covering on that one, number 51, and that ball might have been thrown a little behind Jermaine there. He reacts to it. Dalton reacts to it. Says, man, if I would have just let him just a little bit.
He threw it into a crowd, didn't he?
He did, and really we saw the safety coming over right after that ball was deflected down to the ground, so maybe he also saw him coming over. Tried to thread it in there.
Got AJ. Tries to make a move, loses the ball. It's on the carpet. Angerer coming back with it. And once again, turnovers prove costly.
AJ trying to make a play, trying to run after he made the catch, and he laid it on the ground. See just a quick stop and come back. The ball's nicely thrown, and he just loses it.
3-0 Colts. Back after this. Hey, starting Monday, September 12th, join Dave Lapham, Lance McAllister for Bengals Live, presented by Bud Light Live at the Holy Grail from 6 to 9. Hope to see you there. 1st and 10 from the 32 for Kerry Collins and company. DeLon Carter run out of bounds. Well, something that has grown too familiar in the preseason for the Bengals. 12-play drive, 71 yards, 5:58 off the clock, and nothing to show for it but a turnover.
Yeah, that one time, maybe twice, but yeah, you're right. It's been happening too often here in the preseason.
Second and 9 from the 33. Carter again. Jabril Wilson is in the backfield immediately. He's one of those fighting for a job in the secondary as we take a look.
Penetration, stretching plays out, making tackles in the backfield. That's the improvement the Bengals continue to make on defense. At time, Pecco, number 94, as you see there. Geno Atkins, very active in the middle.
Third and 14 from the 28. Collins, quick slant to Todd Smith, and he picks up the first down and takes it into Bengals territory. Brandon G, another one fighting for a roster spot in on the tackle.
That time again, Smith going against Morgan Trent there, making the nice slant and catch. A little too much separation, and right here, Kerry Collins continues to show. Hits that right on target, but with enough zip. He still has some velocity on that football.
Can't allow conversions on 3rd and 14. Taylor Mays knocked it up in the air and almost had the pick.
Well, here's a kid, Taylor Mays, coming over from the 49ers, a kid that has tremendous straight-ahead speed, and I guess the question mark on him was the lateral movement right there. He showed excellent breaking on the football, knocking it down, so he has to continue to do those type of things to impress this Bengals coaching staff.
Zimmer would certainly like to see them come up with a bunch of those. Add some turnovers tonight to finish this preseason, and right there at the moment, is that a pick? Is it a Bengals football? Acting as if they have it. Is that Jonathan Wade with it? He says that's my pick, and we've seen no signal from the field. They're talking it over, Carl Sheffers and company.
Really on the field as the ball is intercepted. First down, Cincinnati.
How about that? Jonathan Wade, talk about being right there at the moment. We thought he was there for the tackle. Jonathan Wade right out of my mouth. He makes Mike Zimmer happy. Hey, tell the world you're a fan with the third Bengals checking. Get a Bengals themed debit card, checks, and a chance to win some awesome prizes like Bengals gear, VIP game day experience, or flyaway trip to see the Bengals battle the Ravens. Get Bengals checking today only at Fifth Third Bank, the only bank and the official bank.
Indianapolis is challenging the ruling on the field of an interception. We'll review the play.
Well, and I think this one's going to get reversed. If you saw it, that one hit the carpet. I don't think the interception is going to stand. We'll take a break, come back and check after this. Hey, for an inside look at the team, watch Bengals Weekly with Marvin Lewis, presented by Time Warner Cable. Join Dan Horde, Dave Lapp, and Marvin Lewis every Sunday throughout the regular season on Local 12 in Cincinnati, ABC 22 in Dayton, and Fox 28 in Columbus. This one is going to be overturned. It is going to stay Colts football and remain an incomplete pass. Although we haven't got the official word from Carl yet, but it's coming.
After review, the ball did hit the ground without being in player control. It is an incomplete pass. Indianapolis will have a third down. They will not be charged with a timeout. Please reset the game clock to 3:53.
Brad, we'll see it here. Great shot right here. You'll see the ball hits the ground right there. Excellent shot by the crew.
Great effort by Jonathan Wade.
Great coverage. He was right there to make the hit right when the ball got there. So he didn't hit the receiver too soon to draw a penalty. That was good.
That makes Kerry Collins 2 of 5 for 25 yards so far in the first, and facing a 3rd and 10 at midfield. Collins with the ball knocked out of his hand. And the Bengals have it. Michael Johnson one more time, and Frosty Rucker comes up with it.
Sorry, Brad, to interrupt you, man. I got excited. He is having a heck of a preseason. Michael Johnson, number 93, once again gets around the corner, and he sees Collins, steps up, and he's got that big old wingspan, and he swipes at the ball, and he knocks it out.
He is dominating on his side of the football. Game in and game out. Frosty got a little help from Jonathan Fanene. Bruce Gradkowski will come in at the controls when we return. Hey, attention Bengal fans, single game tickets for all Bengals home games are on sale now. For more information or to purchase the best seats, call Bengals Ticket Hotline 866-621-TDTD or visit Bengals.com. Representative standing by, so call right now. Gradkowski in at quarterback, giving it to Brian Leonard. Slipping a couple of tackles. And B. Leonard moves it for a first down. David Caldwell on the stop.
Behind some new offensive linemen, Max Gene Gillis rolling at the right tackle. Guys are moving people out, and Brian Leonard is continuing to run extremely hard. See Coach out right there, number 81, staying on his block.
Leonard again, and not much there for him. No Sed Benson tonight, no Bernard Scott tonight. Brian Leonard would be that third back. How else do you see the backfield shaping up? Obviously, we've seen a lot of Chris Presley. Probably has the inside track to be your starting fullback. And what do you make of Sed Pierman?
Well, you know, I think he's a guy that's on the bubble. I think he's, you know, when you have a guy as strong as Benson, a guy as Bernard Scott, and like you said, Leonard, I think Sed Pierman's a guy that's kind of out there looking in, and be interesting to see how much playing time he gets to here this night.
Dump it off right across the middle to Leonard out of the backfield. He'll take it inside the 30-yard line in front of Ernie Sims. Well, Bruce has said it. I've got to perform, and what we have to do is put the ball in the end zone. That's what my job is. I haven't done it in preseason. We need to do it in this final warm-up, and I need to show that we're ready. And obviously, I think the coaches feel if he's playing with the number ones, things might look differently, but you play with who you play with. You've got to perform. and they're looking to put some points on the board here. Enough for a first down. Koshart has impressed them so far. He's got the body build for a tight end.
He does, and he's getting a great opportunity, especially with Scape's injury. Now it's time for one of those guys to step up. Of course, you got Jermaine Gresham, the starter. You're looking for somebody just like every other position. You're looking for the number 2 guy. You know, they're going to keep 2 tight ends, 3 tight ends.
It would appear Bo Scaife is going to go on that list as Brian Leonard takes it down close to the 10-yard line. That list that may end Bo's season. That hit that we thought was so innocuous last week may have moved into his neck and caused a problem that could be lasting.
Right there you see a nice double team by Reggie Stevens and bowling the rookie left guard. You see Anthony Collins taking his guy, and the fullback Presley just leading up and cleaning it up. And then Brian Leonard's got a humongous hole, and he just continues to rumble down the field.
Every time Presley has been out there, he is impressed with his blocking. Now the 8th carry for Brian Leonard for 49 yards. He'll get one more and just lower his head and his hand and push his way down inside the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal from that spot.
Brad, the thing that's impressed me about not only the offensive linemen, but the wide receivers, the fullback, the tight end, they make initial contact. You might get a stalemate. You might get a little movement. But how they keep their feet going, they maintain contact, and they're trying to finish guys. They're trying to put guys on the ground. Not that it's going to happen every single time, but the attempt is there.
That'll take us to the end of 1. Colts 3. Bengals on the doorstep.
The end of the first quarter.
Hey, the Bengals Pro Shop offers Cincinnati's best selection of team merchandise. Visit the Pro Shop 7 days a week, located on the north side of Paul Brown Stadium, or shop online at Bengals.com.
Brad, I think they might have these nice looking Bengal shirts we're wearing. Huh? What do you think?
These, I like these shirts.
I do a lot.
Do we get to keep these?
I'm pretty sure. I know I'll be wearing mine out to play golf. I'm wearing the golf shirt.
2nd and goal with the ball at the 7-yard line, and a lot of guys on this offensive line. They're trying to figure out. Clint Bowling in at left guard. Anthony Collins out at left tackle. Rowland out at right tackle. Reggie Stevens in at center. They'll go shotgun with Gregkowski. And on the draw to Brian Leonard, spinning his way inside the 5. Should we take a look at the Furniture Fair first quarter stats?
Tell you what, that offense is playing with a little style and flair themselves, aren't they?
Except nothing really counts unless you put it on the board, and that's what the Bengals have struggled with so far in the preseason. All of that for 0 points.
Look at the -2 yards rushing by the Colts. That defense up front is really, as you talked about it, we've talked about it, the word we use, stout.
3rd down and goal from the 3. Give it to Leonard. Won't get there. So is it 4-down territory? Marvin Lewis says no. And Nugent heads out to the field, to the dismay of the Bengals faithful that are here. Ball marked with a back tip at the 2-yard line. Brian Leonard getting some work in. 55-yarder last week to end the half. And we have
First
time on the field.
timeout, Indianapolis.
Colts will take one.
They're going to ice the kicker?
It's a tight ball game, Anthony. We'll take a quick break. 13:46 remaining in the first half. Bengals looking to get on the board. This copyrighted telecast is authorized under rights owned by the Cincinnati Bengals Incorporated. Any use of this telecast without expressed written permission of the Cincinnati Bengals is prohibited. So timeout taken by the Colts from the 2. Mike Nugent will try a 20-yarder. Kevin Hubert hold. And we've got a flag and motion before this one was snapped by Clark Harris.
False start, number 92, offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Frosty. Defensive lineman.
Fumble recovery and a penalty so far for Frosty tonight. He had a nice performance against Carolina last week.
Been playing well. Inside, DT, defensive end.
25-yard attempt now. And the chip shot is up and through. We're all knotted up. 3 apiece with 13:43 to go in the first half. Back to Paul Brown Stadium after this. Back at Paul Brown Stadium, Reggie Stevens walking off on his own power after being down throughout the duration of that commercial after the 25-yard field goal. A 9-play drive, 39 yards, 5:04, culminating in that 3 points, and most of it gained on the ground from number 40.
Nice little average Brian Leonard has early in this game. Right here, he tries to jump over the defender. Over a 5-yard average in the first half here.
9 carries, 52 yards for Brian Leonard. LaRon Moore back deep to take this one from Nugent. Hit it well, high and deep. 9 yards deep, won't come out. So as we've run through this kickoff rule in the preseason, your thoughts? I mean, it seems obvious that what Bill Belichick said, they told us they want to take the kickoff out of the game. Your thoughts on that?
Well, I think they're accomplishing their goal. Not only taking the kickoff, but the collisions. That the collisions.
So it's good? You're saying it's good?
Well, if that's what they truly want to do, what they're saying, they're getting it done, and that's the concussion factor, and the guys coming down full speed. They're doing what they're setting out to do.
Donald Brown, the handoff, and the penetration from the Bengals defensive line continues.
And I'm sure the defenses enjoy it. I mean, teams are having to go 80 yards now most of the time instead of running it out to the 30, the 40, and cutting the field almost in half. If you're not looking at the concussion issue, I'm sure the defensive guys are saying, well, another advantage to the offense. They're trying to get more points on the board. So
2nd and 9 from the 21. Collins with the dump off out of the backfield, and no go. Taylor Mays is there again, getting his share of snaps in this new Zimmer offense. Frosty Rugger with a hand to the face.
Taylor Mays getting a good look, as we knew he would, and right here he jumps on it in a hurry. He breaks down right there. Nice. Doesn't let the guy go around him. Allows the sideline to be his buddy. Takes him out.
Third and 9. Pressure coming on Collins again. He lets it go to Taj Smith. It is incomplete. Brandon G was there in cover. This is throw down to Mike Valfredo.
Hey, Brad, you guys talked about the importance of this first and second team offensive line tonight. You mentioned Reggie Stevens down during the last timeout. They're taping his left ankle, and it sounds like Reggie will make a return to the game tonight. So that important second team offensive line needing the work, and 61 should be back.
Mike, thank you. And obviously a chop block call from Jacob Tamme. They will decline and force the Colts to punt. What's your thought on the center position? Because basically Reggie Stevens is the only one who has, for the most part, been at center. They know Clint Bowling can do that. He is a guard. How important is it that you have Reggie Stevens in this mix on the offensive line?
Well, right now, from what I've seen in the preseason, I think he's very important. I think you go with Clint Bowling backing up the guards, keeping him at guard, and an emergency center fill in. But I think Reggie Stevens, with his experience, is probably the guy that you keep backing up Kyle Cook. So I think the fact that Reggie's there, I think that's good.
Attention high school football fans, vote for the Ohio National Guard High School Player of the Week on Bengals.com. Ohio National Guard when called. We respond with ready units. Visit nationalguard.com to learn more. Quan Cosby takes it out to the 36. That's where the Bengals will start with 12:16 to go. All knotted up at 3. Seth Pearman now in the backfield. And who spent his time on the practice squad, some on the active roster as well as Gronkowski. On the rollout, gets it to Koshart. He'll take it across the 38-yard line as Philip Wheeler drags him down. He has impressed them, no question about it. And with Boscape going down, almost assures himself a spot. If you're going to keep 3 tight ends, and in this offense you almost have to, Jermaine Gresham, Kaufman, Koshart, is that what you're looking at?
I am looking at that because the tight end is such a big part of this offense. Previous years I would have said no, but now that the tight ends are so involved, I say yes.
And now this one to Nelbo, or I should say to Ryan Whalen. Their draft pick that has struggled to stay healthy, but they liked what they have seen so far in him. And likely one of the 6 receivers that they will keep on the squad.
You know what? The way it sounds, I would be surprised if he's not here. And getting back to the tight end position, I love seeing that the tight end is being utilized in this offense. When you have a guy, a starter like Gresham, and then the other guys, you need to do that, and they're doing it.
Pearman swallowed up at the 46-yard line.
See Bowling there. He gets thrown off a little bit. He gets a little over his feet. Doesn't have real good balance, but for the most part, the young man's been doing an excellent job. But getting back to your point, Brad, I think 6 wide receivers would be a logical move for this football team to do. Against, you know, you never know until the final cut-downs, but that would be my guess.
And within that, you almost have to include number 12, Quan Cosby.
First charge timeout, Cincinnati.
And Cincinnati takes a timeout. We'll get back to that point in a moment. There's the man who's 4 for 4 for 20 yards so far tonight. 3 points to show for it, all tied at 3. Hey Bengals fans, come join us at Paul Brown Stadium for the 2011 regular season home opener, taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Experience the excitement of game day. Call the ticket office, 866-621-TD-TD. Representative standing by, so call right now. Reggie Stevens back in at center with that taped up left ankle. 2nd and 11 from the 46. Over the middle, Gronkowski to Quan Cosby, the man we mentioned before, and the reason he has to be in. When coaches develop confidence in a guy on special teams that he is your possession guy, either on punts or on kickoffs, it's hard to dissuade that confidence, and Quan Cosby has been that guy that they count on.
You're right. You use a great word, confidence, and they do have confidence, and for the right reason. I mean, the kid is just unbelievable returning the football.
3 of 6 so far on 3rd down. This is a 3rd and 2 from the Colts 45. Play action, and Gronkowski going to take it down and run with it. Just enough. Knows where he needs to get. Out of bounds. They'll move the change.
Little bootleg again, and I think Chase Kaufman got caught inside there. He might have been one of the guys trying to leak out for Gronkowski to hit, but he couldn't, so he did the smart thing. Right here, once again, you see everybody going to his left. He comes out. Smart move there, just tucks it and gets out of bounds and moves the chains.
New set of downs from the 43. Got Whalen again. Nifty move to stay on his feet before he is run out of bounds. This one was Kaufman. Body types very similar. And Chase Kaufman needing to show a little bit of something tonight, and does.
Well, we hear a lot about his great hands, and that he does. He can catch the football, but the other things as a tight end that you have to do, those are the things that he has to step up and show that he can do, and that the coaching staff feels confident that he can do, and that's the blocking.
Pearman close to the 1st down. See where they mark it.
That offensive line coming off the football pretty well. Low pad level. They're trying to get under the guys and to get some nice movement, but the Colts doing a nice job getting a little more penetration that the Bengals got movement.
So 3rd and 1 from the 34. Kaufman motions left. Pearman hit in the backfield but pushes forward and stretches the football for a first down short of the 30 as Ernie Sims takes him down. Brad Johansson, Anthony Munoz, along with Mike Belprado down on the sidelines. Happy to be with you. Inside 8 minutes to go in the first half at Paul Brown Stadium for the final preseason game, Bengals and Colts. Bengals own this one in preseason, 13-6. Unfortunately, the Colts in the regular season do a little bit more damage. They're 17-8 against this team, and they will meet in the regular season again this year. Dump off to Pearman. The pressure coming on Gratkowski, and a nice stiff arm by number 30, and a great roll. Said Pearman is impressive when he gets his opportunities.
Wow, not only catching the football, showed speed, showed ability to elude tacklers and then run over people. Gratkowski doing a nice job. A little bit of pressure, and he sees Pearman right in front, dumps it off to him, and then Pearman does the rest. Straight arm there, gets rid of one guy, runs over a guy here, and finally taken out of bounds. You're right, he has been very impressive when he gets his opportunities.
Philip Wheeler got a mouthful of that left hand. New set of downs from the 16. Pearman trying to get the edge. Get it just inside the 15-yard line as David Caldwell takes him down.
This time going to the right. Rowland doing a nice job taking his guy to the inside, giving Pearman the corner. But the Colts secondary comes up in a hurry. Nice tackle there by David Caldwell.
So Gratkowski looking to lead that first touchdown drive in the preseason for him on the 11th play of this drive. To the 10. Sims in again on the tackle of Cosby.
Nice throwing lane right there as Rowland takes his guy to the outside, and Sims just bear hugs Cosby. But give that offensive line credit. For the most part, pretty good protection for Gratkowski.
Well, we said we had to see something from Bruce. He's 8 for 8 so far tonight for 56 yards. Can he turn it into points? 3rd and 4 from the 10. Calvin Russell is wide right. Looking that side for Russell at the 5 for the goal line, reaches, and he is out of bounds inside the 1-yard line. 1st and goal from there.
Gratkowski, quick drop, good protection, right on the money, and just about gets the football in the end zone, but not quite. Nice play. I like the quick throw. I like the nice rhythm. Throw it to the place and let your wide receiver catch it in a hurry and try to score.
Rowland reports is eligible. Pearman up in the air, flag on the field. It is a touchdown. We'll see about the flag.
Offside, defense, definitely decline. Result for the play, touchdown.
Gratkowski and company turn it into a TD. An impressive drive.
Very impressive. On the ground, passing the football. Right here, after a pass play that almost scored, they go to the ground. Pearman does a nice job jumping over the pile. See a lot of white jerseys on the ground. Right there, nice. Coachard doing a nice job driving his guy into the end zone as the other lineman did also.
13 play, 64-yard drive. And Nugent just barely got it through. 7:17 off the clock, and Mr. Gratkowski, who wanted to show something, is 9 for 9 on the evening. 4:59 to go in the first half. Bengals 10, Colts 3. Ten to 3. You take a look at the scoring drive, and an impressive one it was. The final dive by Sed Pierman. And the Bengals now own a 20-minute time of possession to the Colts 5, and yet still are only up by a touchdown.
Up and down the field, but turnover, and you would think with that difference in time possession and the way they've been moving the football, they'd be up 2 or 3 scores.
This one low, bounces at the 10, will come out for more. Across the 25. Miles and G in on the stop. The ball comes loose. They call it dead across the 25-yard line. Let's throw it down on the field to Mike Valpredo.
Brad, you guys have mentioned it. With so much youth and new faces on the offensive side, Coach Lewis and also Jay Gruden so in tune with that last second-team offense. In fact, when Reggie Stevens got hurt and he came back in, Coach Lewis had a huge smile on his face to see 61 and Bruce Gratkowski leading that drive with Cedric Pierman. Guys, they were as plugged in for a second-team offensive drive as I've seen.
Yeah, there's no question that second team beyond Gratkowski needed that, certainly with the line and the backs. Collins to throw, and a diving grab made just across the 40-yard line by Gilreath. Juggled from his back. Brandon G in on coverage.
Brad, you make a great point about that second offense, especially the O-line. You have your 5 starters that are pretty well set, maybe, but then you're looking at, maybe another 3 or 4 that need to make this football team. So out of those 5 linemen, that second squad in that touchdown drive, there's guys still fighting for a job.
Penetration, and there's Pat Sims, his first action so far in the preseason, and what they believe may be their best defensive tackle finally getting into the ball game.
I agree with you. You hear that all the time when you talk to the coaches, and he just takes,
he moves people.
Oh my goodness, just right back about 5 yards back. Excellent job, just right on the shoulder, and then all of a sudden when he feels the lineman going, then he shifts to the other side. That's Jeff Saturday, who's been around for a while.
Colts just picked up their 3rd first down to the Bengals 13 so far in the first half. That a loss of 3. From the 37, Smith has to reverse. Mays in chase. And that's the lateral athletic ability they said he didn't show.
And the speed that they said he had, but you're right, the ability to shift gears, go from sideline to sideline, making an unbelievable play right here. As Smith reverses his field, it appears he has lots of field, but number 47 right there makes an excellent play.
Gain of 6. And Taylor is slow to get up on the sidelines. .317 to go in the first half. Kerry Collins has been a quarterback the whole way in the first half as he tries to learn this Colts offense.
So take a look once again. Smith reverses his field, and we'll see what happened to Taylor Mays as he's still down on the field right here. Tremendous speed. Makes the tackle.
Don't see anything.
No, really don't.
He up gingerly and looking to get off on his own power. Let's throw it back down to Mike.
Guys, we keep talking so much about auditions tonight. Of course, Saturday down to a 53-man roster. And Coach Lewis will admittedly tell you that all of the people he expects to be on this team, not necessarily in the stadium tonight. The Bengals will look at this roster and look across the league to see how they fill out that 53. Here's Marvin.
So we want to be cautious to not add a guy for a week or for a game, but let's add guys that are going to help us through the 16 games over 17 weeks and beyond, as that will be our focus, to try and add guys in spots. And there's probably 4 or 5 positions that we know that we're going to be actively looking to claim players that are either waived or veteran players that we bring in and work out, try out, meet with, etc., to see if they're a good fit to enhance our football team.
And guys, with that said, Taylor Mays just walking off on his own power. We'll get an update on his condition here shortly.
Mike, thanks. On third down. Good looking throw from Collins, but couldn't come down with it. Inbounds was Chris Brooks. We talked about his arm strength. That's not an easy throw to make, and he makes it look fairly easy.
I was just thinking, Brad, just before you said that, that throw right there, I think is proof that he still has a major league arm. That is about a, 40-yard throw down to the sideline, and he put that right on the money.
McAfee to kick. Quan Cosby is back. We thought we might see a little bit of Andrew Hawkins in the return game tonight. Still may see that in the second half. McAfee hits it high and driving, and Cosby will take it the 9 and gets short of the 15-yard line. For up-to-minute Bengal updates, exclusive offers, visit the official Facebook page of the Cincinnati Bengals. 2:39 remaining in the first half. 47-yard kick, about a 4-yard return for Quan.
A nice little opportunity for the second offense with a little more than 2.5 left. Put a little 2-minute drill together here.
So your assessment of the Colts' chances without number 18 if he's not ready to go?
Not nearly as good as if he's there. I'd say.
You think he's that much of a factor?
Yes, I think so. I think I've watched him a little bit over the years, and I'd say he has a lot to do with that football team.
Well, the dump out of the backfield. Pierman will take it short of the 20-yard line. Philip Wheeler in on the stop.
I guess it's obvious when you have guys like Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, then all of a sudden you get guys like Garcon and Gonzalez and Blair, and you do the same thing throwing the football. And of course we know they've had a little reshuffling in their offensive line, so that might, even if he's in there, that might have some effect on how effective this Colts offense is.
Yeah, no question. 2nd and 6 from the 19. And the drop from said Pierman ruins the perfect night of Bruce Gradkowski.
Gradkowski doing a nice job. He had a little pressure in his face and had good vision and hit number 30 there in a bad spot, right in the hands. Jim Anderson right there in the white cap, the running backs coach, and you saw that he wasn't too happy. He's been around a couple years.
See Taylor Mays being worked on. Still haven't gotten official word on him. 3rd down and 6 from the 19. Under pressure, got Whalen right at the first down marker, depending on where they mark it. Inside the 2-minute warning at 1:56. We'll come back after this. Nice night for a cruise. 1:56 to go in the first half. Coming up on the Fifth Third Bank halftime report. A special look at Darren Simmons, the special teams coach. And of course, we'll go through our first half stats and highlights.
You know who I just saw Gruden. He reminded me of, is it Gary Busey?
He does have a little bit of Gary Busey look. Although not the current Gary Busey look.
No. About 25 years ago.
On first down, Gradkowski lucky to get it out of his grasp and get it just in front of Pierman. Pressure coming from Jerry Hughes.
A little bit too much penetration. Max Gene Gillis a little too high there. The defender just kind of got under him. And once you straighten up, you lose all your power. It doesn't matter how big and strong you are. You need to keep those knees bent, stay down. That's when we talk about the pad level. You got to stay down. Once he gets up under you, man, just forget it. You're going to be delivered to the quarterback's lap.
2nd and 10 from the 25. Pressure coming again. Screen. Pierman got a block. Got a flag. Pierman goes for the first down and drags tacklers out to the 45-yard line, but I have a feeling this one might be coming back.
That's a shame. They set that screen up nicely. They let the defensive line.
Got Stevens. They had that set up well.
They did. They let those defensive linemen go. They get out in front. Pierman gets it. A nice block there by Bowling, peeling back. Got a little holding penalty, but man, other than that holding, that was set up. I like that play.
Just got the report on Taylor Mays. It is his right knee, and his return is questionable. As we said, we saw on the replay, didn't see a whole lot. Don't know whether he stuck it into the ground when he rolled over. Did not look serious, but you never know with knees. 2nd and 14 from the 21. They run the draw, and another flag flies in at the 25.
Holding, number 55, defense, 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Well, that's interesting. Usually you get holding from a defensive lineman trying to keep one lineman going back to a linebacker, but I believe that was a linebacker, Ernie Sims, that was caught for holding.
So from 2nd and 14 at the 21-yard line, they move it out to the 30-yard line, and a first down. New set of downs with 1:34 remaining. Bengals still have 2 timeouts. Pocket collapses and Gronkowski takes off. Got a little extra shove. Mr. Sims, who was a little angry after his holding call.
Well, the Bengals offensive line has gone from really giving pretty good protection to getting driven back again. Max Gene Gillis has to get lower. He is just allowing that defensive lineman, that time Ricardo Matthews, to just bull rush him back into the quarterback. Gronkowski doing a nice job escaping that rush.
Now, Gene Gillis is a free agent that they picked up. We're hoping that he was going to help solve their problems at guard. I'm not so sure he makes it past Saturday with the numbers game.
You know, for 325 pounds is what they have him listed at. If he gets low, he should be able to be a little more stout than that.
Hoffman on quick out just across the 35. Caldwell again on the stop. He'll be short of a first down. Need to get to the 40. The clock continues to tick at 1:10 remaining in the first half. Now facing a 3rd and 4. Pressure. That would have been short of a first down as he dumped it out to Pierman, trying to dive for it out of bounds. Gronkowski takes another hit. 56 seconds left, and the punt unit comes out.
Jerry Hughes, number 92. Man, he has his way with Gronkowski. And after a long drive of not being hit, not being pressured, this drive here has been just completely the opposite.
Gilreath is back. Huber again, a wobbly kick. Trying to kill it on the sidelines, and does. 47 seconds left, and with less than a minute left in the first half, the Bengals have gained 205 yards to the Colts 36.
Say there's even more improvement by the defense. 36 total yards.
Kerry Collins learning his way through the Indianapolis offense. And the Bengals defense, both 1s and 2s, have been strong. Well, for the final 47, they'll bring in Dan Orlovsky.
They're also minus Reggie Wayne, Joseph Adai, Austin Collie, so they're missing some of those weapons on offense.
Orlovsky goes down. Ball's loose. Colts got it back. DeQuinn Evans, fighting for his NFL life, shows up strong in the final 47.
Here's a kid that's lit. Oh my, what a nice, he just kind of just pushed that tight end out of the way. Mike McNeil, great use by the hands, getting separation, getting the tight end off balance, and then going inside. DeQuinn Evans, nice job. Linebacker rushing the passer.
And a flag flies in as the ball heads out of bounds. Carter, the ball
Personal foul, face mask, number 10, offense, half the distance to the goal. Repeat second down.
Got Taj Smith with 11 seconds left.
You know, it's interesting, Bat, as an offensive lineman, that's usually the move that you're trying to make on a defensive lineman. Right here you see him, number 10, just grabbing him a little bit.
Got
get
more in
back
trend,
when the defensive lineman is pass rushing you. As an offensive lineman, you try to get your hands in their chest, and Evans did exactly the opposite, and he just threw the tight end aside to make that hit.
Great story out of the University of Kentucky. Came from very humble background. Long shot to even make it to college, and here he is trying to make his way onto an NFL roster. And I believe that will take us to halftime as Dan Skuta in the middle makes the stop. Bengals will take the lead to the locker room. 10-3 over the Colts. DeQuinn Evans says, yep, that's what I'm looking to do. Much more coming back from Paul Brown Stadium after this. Back at Paul Brown Stadium as the paddle wheel rolls on the Ohio. Happy to have you with us as we start the second half. Bengals up 10-3. Mike Nugent kicking to LaRon Moore. Line drive. 3 yards deep. Got there quick. Moore takes it out left side. And that's what they do. They make the first man miss. Take it out across the 30-yard line. We take a look at the Kroger first half stats. Goodness gracious.
Wow. One-sided, lopsided on the stats, but again, it's 10-3. You see the 15 first downs to 3. So the Bengals are definitely moving the ball up and down the field, and then the defense doing a nice job holding the Colts offense.
22 minutes to 8, and they lead by 7.
If it wasn't so hot, that Colts offense would not have worked up very much of a sweat.
Start their first series from the 35. The pitch right side. Carter takes it close to another first down at the 45. Run out by Jeremy Miles. Grinding for a spot in the secondary.
See number 90 right there in the middle. He got up. I don't know if you saw that. He beat the guard to the inside, and the guard just took and grabbed him and threw him to the ground. And or else he probably would have made the play. You see right there? Wow, that was interesting. No flag.
No, that's not holding.
No, that wasn't holding. That was a nice takedown.
Second down and 1 from the 44. Orlovsky with a quick hit. His tight end was not ready. Bengals had a chance to pick as he's trying to hit Michael Matthews. Vinny Ray out in coverage. Vinny does so much on special teams that he's one of those guys that you have to have in the linebacking core. I would assume that they will make that decision again.
He wasn't right there. He showed nice ability to drop and cover the receiver. I mean, he was right there. I agree with you. I mean, special teams, if you're a backup or a guy that's kind of not in the starting rotation, that special teams can help you make the ball club.
3rd and 1. Carter is hit in the backfield. He won't get close. He'll lose yardage. Once again, great penetration by the Bengals defensive line. And Brandon Johnson got back there from the linebacking core.
Well, you take the defensive lineman, they stand the offensive lineman up. You saw number 90 Pat Sims, and then you allow your linebackers to run free, which they did, and Landon Johnson making the tackle. But give the initial credit to the D-line. They stood the offensive lineman up and pushed them backwards.
Andrew Hawkins, Baby Hawk, back to return this one. As the Bengals force a 3 and out. Driving kick by Balch. Taken at the 10. Finds a seam. This is what he gives you. They didn't know what they could get out of this. Is he a possession guy in the punt return? Can he do something special? Nice first audition. .46-yard kick, 33-yard return by Andrew Hawkins. You know, last month the Bengals and Furniture Fair partnered up to host the Leukemia Lymphoma Society dinner at Paul Brown Stadium. Anthony's good pal, my good buddy, Ed Hardman, joins us now in the booth to tell us about the event. Welcome.
Thanks, Brad.
my large friend.
Great to be here between two pros.
From the 43, 1st and 10, and the handoff to said Pierman run out of bounds. Tell us a little bit about the event, history of the event, Eddie.
We started the event about 4 years ago, Brad, and my granddaughter, who will be 7 years old tomorrow, was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia right before her 2nd birthday. And so I became very interested in trying to get something going and be involved with the Leukemia Society locally, and became their spokesperson.
And how's Carmen doing now?
Carmen is great, doing super.
Koshard takes it out across midfield, short of the 1st down. How much money so far have you raised through all of this?
Well, this is our 4th year, and with the golf event that you guys help participate in, and every year in July, we're over $600,000 now. So you guys do a great job with your charities, and I always strive to be with the pros and the best. You guys are it. But we're very pleased. The Leukemia Society is very pleased, and it goes. A lot of it stays here locally.
Bratkowski being chased and taken down short of midfield on 3rd and 2. He will lose a yard. Philip Wheeler, who has been extremely active all night long.
Brad, the exciting thing about having Ed here, we've had a relationship for 19 years. We've been doing the commercials for Furniture Fair, and I tell you what, the Leukemia Lymphoma Foundation is not the only thing that Ed is involved with, along with Furniture Fair. They are so active in the community, helping wherever they can, and I know they've been a big partner of our foundation, but that's the one thing I've appreciated about the relationship we've had, is just how active they are in the community.
Huber lets it go. Gilreath back deep, calling for a fair catch, and makes it just outside. LLS.org, right, Ed?
That's it, Brad. And we appreciate anyone can donate at any time. We have another event coming up the end of this month down at Sawyer Point, Light Tonight, and it's a great event.
Back at Paul Brown Stadium, Ed Hartman in the booth with us. Commercials so rudely interrupted us. I hate when that happens. Rap, tell us again how people can get involved.
Well, I love those commercials. Well, anyway, you can get a hold of LLS. You can call 698-2429 and get involved with the Light Tonight or anything. We'd appreciate that. And you guys have been super to the foundation, to Furniture Fair, and to the Hartman family. We appreciate it, and our love goes out to all of you and your family.
Well, right back at you. Best Seat in the House promotion as well. How can people get involved in that?
Well, you can register at any Furniture Fair location, and each home game a winner is picked, and you get 4 sideline passes, 4 tickets, seats, and watch the kickoff. And then the final game, home game, we pick a winner from those 7 previous, and they win $2,000 shopping spree at Furniture Fair.
Sweet. Ed, am I allowed to register for that?
No.
No, you can't. I'm sorry.
Man, I'd love to sit in that big chair. All I don't want to do is sit in that big chair. Because I have some at home, and I know how comfortable they are.
I got to tell you, I talked to Dee Dee today, and you just spent some money, and you don't know it.
Oh, my goodness.
I love it.
Wow.
I love it.
Those 6 recliners in the basement of the theater, they're working out well. Right. So she's getting more stuff?
Yep. Great stuff.
Ed Hartman, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, gentlemen.
We appreciate you being here. Our best to
Thanks
Carmen.
to the Bengals. The Bengals have been a great partner with us in doing the dinner. They provide the dinner for our event. Can't thank them enough, so appreciate it.
Awesome stuff.
Thanks, Ed.
Thanks. Thank you. 3rd and 1 from the 19. Rico Murray in on the stop, but not before a 1st down across the 35-yard line for Darren Evans. Rico Murray, another one in the secondary, grinding it out and hoping to hear good news on Saturday. Those cuts coming by the afternoon from 80 down to 53. For many, probably Anthony. I know it probably never affected you, but you certainly had several teammates who probably didn't sleep for a couple of days before those final cuts.
Well, you're right there. I mean, you know, I was fortunate enough that for 13 years I made the team. But you have to understand, as someone that was on the team for 13 years, when you go through what we go through in off-season conditioning, training camp, preseason, you establish some pretty good relationships, and you hate to see those guys when you get close to them, because it doesn't matter if, you know, they're a free agent or a #1 pick or a 6th-round pick. You're going to get close to the guys because you're going through something that only you go through with those guys. And when they get cut or they're released, I mean, you're losing a friend, and that affects, I think, the entire team.
Big hit. Brandon Johnson almost untouched on the blitz. Little run blitz. Took Evans in the backfield. The play before that, some of you maybe, wait, I thought we lost Tank Johnson because that body type was the same. They signed Cornell Banks wearing number 99 tonight to get this defensive line through this final preseason game.
Cornell Banks, and also another guy that's right there assisting Landy Johnson. I think that offensive line really has their eyes on number 90, Pat Sims. The guy is out there creating havoc with that offense.
3rd and 17 for Orlovsky. Hit Taj Smith short of the first down across the 30 to the 31. Morgan Trent out in coverage. Spending a lot of time on the field tonight as they try and assess their cornerbacks. How many do you take? 5, 6? How many safeties do you take? 5? Are there 11 guys in the secondary that you have to keep?
That's you know, we were going through that earlier today, and you know, you look at defensive linemen, 8, 9. Secondary, do you keep 7? Linebacker 7. I mean, you know, it depends how you split it up, and that's what happens. Is the guy going to be a returner? Is he going to be a special teams guy? Then you keep him because he's more valuable than maybe an offensive lineman that can't cover kicks and punts.
Flag that comes down after Hawkins takes it across the 25. Thrown right where he landed. Took it out to the 28-yard line.
During the return, illegal block in the back, number 57 of the return team. 10-yard penalty, first down. Timeout.
And they got Vinny Ray, so with 7:41 to go in the third, Bengals have the ball back, leading 10-3. Attention Bengal fans, single game tickets for all Bengals home games on sale now. For more information or to purchase the best seats in the house, call the Bengals ticket hotline 866-821-TD-TD or visit Bengals.com. Dan Lefevre in at quarterback now. I think they got what they wanted out of Bruce Gretkowski finally tonight.
I believe he showed a lot more tonight than he had the first couple of weeks, which is good.
More from Pierman. Refuses to go down after picking up the first down and run out of bounds.
Tell you what, you know, you watch Cedric Pierman run, and you would have to think that he's right in the mix of what's going on with that running back position. It'd be hard not to think that he isn't there. I mean, he just shows speed, shows power, picks those holes and goes through them in a hurry.
I remember his 4th preseason game last year, I believe, went for 100+. Impressive again. Take it across the 25-yard line here. John Gillian on stop. You see the numbers on Dan Lefevre. Question is, if they're only going to keep 2 quarterbacks, is he the one that ends up on the practice squad, or do they go elsewhere after the waiver wire and find another one to throw onto the practice squad? His first toss is way over the head of Chase Kaufman.
Make a great point there, and with so many guys that are going to be released, I mean, when the rosters are cut, there's quite a few guys out there, and there's always that maybe handful of guys that still have, you know, enough in their tank that they can play and they're worth going after, and maybe that's someone that they go after is that 3rd quarterback.
But it's just such a different scenario this year with what they went through with the lockout, the lack of OTAs. the lack of knowledge on what you get once you get guys into camp. Little bubble screen here. Short of the 30-yard line. With Terrence Johnson on the stop of Calvin Russell. A little woozy as he runs off. And the punting unit comes out. Gilreath back for Kevin Huber. Hit this one better. Driving kick. Back to the 14-yard line. Again, makes the first man miss. Flag on the field as he runs out and run out of bounds by Skuta across the 30-yard line. Jonathan Wade was the first one to get down there. 56-yard boot by Kevin Huber.
During the return, illegal block in the back, number 83 of the return team. 10-yard penalty. First down, Indianapolis. Timeout.
5:48 to go in the third. Huber does it again. Pushes the Colts back. Hey, on Friday, September 9th, passion for the NFL will be on full display as schools, companies, fans across the country show their NFL team colors for a chance to win exciting prizes like a $10,000 health and wellness grant. Learn more at NFL.com/backtoffootball. Let's throw it down on the field to Mike Valpredo.
Brad, great to be joined by 4th overall pick, rookie receiver A.J. Green. Great to have you here, man. I know you're watching the play, but welcome to the jungle.
Thank you for having me, man. You know, it's a wonderful opportunity, and I'm ready to get back to work.
I was just asking you, this is your first preseason. This is a month of practice. Is this getting a little old?
Not really, but I'm just ready to get to the regular season. In college, I'm not used to it. We just thrown into the fire and let's go. But NFL, you know, you got to work your way in. But it's gonna be a long season. I'm ready for it.
Talking about your prolific career at Georgia, over 2,600 yards. You didn't even know how many touchdowns you had while you were a Bulldog.
I know exactly, man. I don't keep count of those. I just go out there and play.
We kept track for you, 23 touchdowns in your career down in Athens, and you come up here as we look at your college stats. A lot of talk about you and the other rookie, Andy Dalton. How's it going for the two of you, really getting to know each other and being such a focal point early on?
Oh, man, it's going well, man. Andy is a great guy and a great leader, and he's going to be a great quarterback. And I just have the privilege of working with him, and, you know, we still got some stuff to work on, but I feel like we're going to be great together.
As you guys get ready for September 11th, how have you thought about what it's going to be like when you walk out on the field for the first time up in Cleveland as a pro?
Oh, man, it's going to be crazy, man. You know, this is like every kid's dream, and I'm living it. You know, I'm just blessed to be where I am today, and, you know, I'm going to work hard.
And you're okay with the fact, I'm sure you and Andy don't talk about it, but you guys really seen as the future of this team and this franchise.
Yeah, I guess, man, but we got some old veterans, got some young receivers here like Jerome and Andre that can help us along the way. So we're ready to get the season on.
Well, your humility has been noted, and Coach Lewis, the rest of the coaching staff, very complimentary, and we can see that here. Bengals fans, the NFL Nation getting to know you, and welcome to the show, as they say.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
You got it. And, oh, by the way, big game this weekend down in Atlanta.
Exactly, man. Georgia Boys State, man. It's gonna be crazy.
All right, and guys, so you know, I asked him, are you going down to Atlanta to see the game? Said he thought about it, did not want a flight problem, did not want a delay. He's got to be at work here Sunday, so he's gonna be watching it like the rest of us on TV.
Mike, thank you. Ball's loose.
Got it.
Bengals have it. DeQuinn Evans, I believe, is the one who fell on top of it. A sack, forced fumble, and now a recovery for the kid from Kentucky.
He rushes the passer, puts the brakes on. He shows excellent speed right here. He doesn't give up, and that's what I like about this defense this whole preseason. It's 100%. Doesn't matter if you're out of the play. They come back, make plays. Skuta makes the tackle, and there's Evans to recover it.
Nice stuff from the backup linebacking core. So the Bengals have it at the 29-yard line. 1st and 10. See what Lefevre and company can do. Griffin inside the 20. John, 5'11", 203, out of UMass. He's trying to put some stuff on tape.
Yep, he's got to get a few carries here. He's seeing the guys that are running the ball before him doing an excellent job, so he's figuring whatever opportunities I have, at least I can get them on tape and show that I can do it too.
2nd and 9 from the 28. Out of the backfield to Griffin. Can't come down with it. I want to go back to Mike and talking with AJ, and you can see his poise, his maturity level. Mike mentioned his humility. Here's a kid who lost his older brother at the age of 4 years old. His brother died at 9. And then his mentor, who was a football coach in his early days and also a firefighter, lost his life in a fire as he was growing up. Two of the most important people in his family he lost before he had even finished high school. And as the ball goes on the turf here, Griffin goes back after it and able to come up with it. You can see what he's been through and how he's using it as motivation, and almost the calm beneath that kind of internal emotional storm that he's been through in his life.
Well, you just mentioned some unbelievable adversity. A lot of times people will say, this is not fair. I deserve and should get more than that. And he's like, I appreciate the opportunity I'm having here. I appreciate and thankful for this opportunity, even with what he's gone through. And to me, that shows there's not an entitlement attitude, but an appreciation. I'm going to continue to work hard and earn what I get.
Spectacular coverage, a great kick, super coverage down on the other end by Cincinnati as they down this one inside the 5-yard line. That's as good as it gets right there. Hey Bengals fans, Gold Star Chili, the flavor of Cincinnati. Pure Cincinnati, and proud of it. And with 3:40 to go in the third, they always end up showing this at the time when Anthony and I begin to drool in the booth.
Especially after that short halftime, we don't have time to go grab any food, and we have to do that. I tell you, then they put that up on the screen. It's like, wow.
Orlovsky going along for Ty Schmidt. Got him! The first big hookup for the Colts of the night. And Smith remains on the carpet. Jonathan Wade made the tackle and just barely on that left shoestring. 49-yard connection.
Heck of a throw, heck of a catch. I tell you what, that throw was right on the money, and Smith making a nice catch.
As they help him off the field. Appears to be okay. That'll easily add to your numbers. They haven't ventured too much into Cincinnati territory. Back there at the 41, trailing only by a touchdown with the domination that the Bengals have laid on the Colts. Evans, the deep back. Takes it right side. Inside the 40-yard line.
You know, it's interesting, Brad, we've talked about it all night, even though it's, late in the third quarter. You got guys in there, they're getting beat. It's still, these are guys that are still fighting for positions. One guy we had talked about, Jonathan Wade, a guy that's fighting for a position. So, he might be going against a second or third stringer, but it really doesn't matter. It's how you play.
Robert Sands, one of their draft picks, in at safety now. Quick hit right in front of Jonathan Wade. Should be enough to move the chains at the 30-yard line. Marshall Williams with the catch.
Just a 1-2-3 step drop and a quick slant just in front of Wade there.
Orlovsky in the hurry up. Flag. Going end zone. Gilreath. Incomplete. Rico Murray out in coverage. Flag dropped at the 31.
Illegal shift, number 12, offense. That player never got set prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
And that was the intended receiver, David Gilreath.
Even with that penalty, Rico Murray doing a nice job on the coverage, was right there with him.
And in secondary, certainly, Anthony, you have guys that they feel more comfortable who can play both safety and corner. And do we save a roster spot by taking a guy who can do that and go heavy in some other area? As Evans takes it straight through. Back to the 31.
Well, that's definitely what you take into consideration. I mean, anytime it's no different than if you have a wide receiver that is a great returner or a great special teams coverage guy, and maybe you have an extra linebacker that maybe isn't that strong in that area, then that's where you keep that wide receiver. So, yeah, it definitely plays into the player's advantage if he can play safety or corner.
The more you can do. 2nd and 11 from the 31. Bengals stacking the box. Here they come. Dump out to Evans. Makes a miss. Down to the 2-yard line. Tackling.
You've not seen a whole lot of that in the preseason, missed tackles, but right here you see quite a bit of it. Darren Evans makes a miss and then shows some speed and almost gets into the end zone before Miles knocks him down at the 3.5-yard line.
Scuda had a shot at him, was off balance as he went down to the legs. It is 1st and goal from the 3. Evans following his blocking to the goal line and in. And they will not give him the touchdown, saying he was down before he crossed the goal line. Sure looked into me. Let's take another look if we can. From the near camera.
Sorry, Brad. Bengals doing a nice job in pursuit, stretching it out.
The end of the 3rd quarter.
They may take another look at this. We have reached the end of 3. Right now, they have him down at the 1. 10-3 Bengals after 3. The red flag didn't come out of Jim Caldwell's pocket. Take a look at the 3rd quarter stats as we get ready to start the 4th, down at the 1-yard line. And the numbers starting.
Number 74. 74 reports as eligible. 74.
Even up just a little bit.
3rd down conversion for the Bengals, 7 of 14. Pretty good.
2nd and goal from the 1. Evans hit. Scuda. Miles lost his helmet.
Great penetration by that Bengals defense. And of course, Scuda had a clear shot. Wow. That black jersey's in the backfield, and all of a sudden, 51 just comes in and makes a nice tackle.
3rd and goal from the 1 for the drive that started back at their own 5 after Morgan Trent down to the beautiful punt by Kevin Hubert. 8th play of the drive. They've gone 94 yards. Orlovsky, shovel, hit. Is he short of the goal line? No signal. They mark him down short. Scuda again.
Letting Frosty Rucker run upfield and throw a little shovel pass, but the Bengals, they play it well.
Inches away. And the Colts will go for it on 4th down. McNeil in front of Evans in the backfield, and Orlovsky wants the timeout. 13:37 to go in this one. Bengals holding on to a 7-point lead. 4th down and goal. Inches away. Hey, PlayNFL.com's all new fantasy game. First and only game with video. Free, easy to play. Sign up today at NFL.com. FantasyNFL.com. Can they keep him out? Evans, the deep back. Give it to him. He's hit. Scoot again. Ball's loose. Touchdown. Wow. Crossed the plane before he lost it. Scoot tried to do it all on his own for 3 consecutive plays.
That was very, very close. Again, you see a lot of black jerseys in the backfield.
Boy, his elbow was down before he got to that white line. I don't know whether that one gets reviewed, as we are going to do all year long in the NFL. Every scoring play gets reviewed. Awfully close as to whether he had possession, whether that elbow was down. All it has to, any part of the ball, the beginning of that white line, it's a touchdown. But apparently we're all good. Carl Sheffer says, line them up, let's go. McAfee for the extra. Bengals fans not real thrilled with that lack of review. We're all tied up. 13:31 to go. 10-10. Nine-play drive, 95 yards, 5:09 off the clock. Inches to score that touchdown. Carl Sheffer's our referee. He'll own a pager. All referees this year will own a pager, and every scoring play will get reviewed, and they can communicate with the booth back and forth like that. Whatever review we got went very quietly.
Exactly. Was there a review?
So all knotted at 10, 13:31 to go. Baltz lets it go. Hawkins back deep. We'll take it 2 yards out. Anthony motioning, throwing a flag. He wanted a horse collar on that.
Exactly. I tell you what, that was very, very close to a horse collar. He was in full stride, and all of a sudden he came backwards. Thought for sure they would throw a flag.
There's a few guys out there that are a little heavier than Andrew Hawkins at 5'7". Bucking something.
Showing some good bursts.
Yes, he does. You and I talked about that, seeing him in camps. Ooh, like this kid.
Yep.
First and 10 from the 22 for Dan Lefevre and company, and motion beforehand, which is kind of what we've seen out of this offense in the second half. 200.
Full start, number 73, offense.
That's Anthony Collins.
First down.
205 of offense for Cincinnati in the first half under Dalton and Gradkowski. 6 yards so far in the second, although it's -5 now, so I guess that would be 1 yard so far in the second.
Well, passing there, I mean, you're right. They did an excellent job. And in that last drive, the Colts have kind of closed the gap, not only in time of possession, but in all the other stats.
Handoff to no one there. Just like we planned it.
Lefevre turned to give to Griffin. Griffin wasn't there, so he said, I guess I'll just run it. He turns over here, and Griffin just kind of looks for someone to block. Lefevre says, the heck with this, I'm going to get me a few yards.
Let's send it down on the sidelines to Mike Valpredo, who's got a special guest as well.
That's right. The new faceless trend continues. Manny Lawson, welcome to Cincinnati. Great to have you here. What's it like to be part of this team finally?
Man, it's great. It's great to be part of this team. You know, team welcome me being on this defense. Our defense is excited. We're expecting big things out of us.
I said finally because you and I were joking that no secret Marvin Lewis liked you at NC State, wanted you to be a part of this team. Did you ever get a little hint of that and know that that was maybe coming down the road?
You know, 2006, upon being drafted, I did get a phone call from the coaches from Cincinnati saying that, has anybody called me yet? They was looking at me, they were interested, but San Francisco had called me right after that, and I was picked up by them. But I'm here now. We're going to do some big things here.
Exactly. The important thing is you are here now, and I've watched you especially, the continuity and you guys all kind of getting together on defense. What's going on with this unit? Because you guys look and appear very close on and off the field.
A lot of communication. We want to know how each other plays without even talking on the field. We want to know what somebody's going to do before anything is done, before anything is said.
Manny, finally, it has been an adventure this preseason, but you guys have really held together. And a couple drives aside, the defense has been very solid. Where are you guys going into that date next Sunday at Cleveland?
We still have some improvement to do. We still have to correct our mistakes. We're going to watch this film. We're going to learn from them. We're going to watch the film in the past, learn from them, and then move on to Cleveland.
And you're not going to give me any secrets here, but I saw the linebackers together before the game doing that huddle. That looked like something maybe Ray had choreographed. What was that?
You know what? I can't give any secrets. That's called snitching, and I'm not a snitch, so I can't tell you what's going on in there.
All right, well, as a good reporter, I will do my investigating. Manny, great to have you here in Cincinnati. And guys, I'll find out. It was like that Ray Maluga USC huddle going on, but we'll find out for sure.
Nice.
Hey, Mike, for a price, I think I might be able to give it.
Yeah, I was going straight to you, Anthony.
Manny, good to have you. Manny talks like he plays fast.
Exactly. Moves around out there quick, and he gets to the point right away.
2nd and 4, bubble screen, and Mr. Hawkins don't want to do that. Looking ahead before he had the ball in his hands.
Again, this stage of the game, every opportunity is important. He's got Whalen out there blocking. He's got Rowland out there blocking, but no football in the hands. He takes that down and might have a chance to gain a few yards.
3rd down and 4 from the 41. Hawkins now comes out wide left. Low snap to Lefevre. Got it out to Whalen. Looking for that marker, needed to get to the 45. He's short of that. And Terrence Johnson runs him out.
A little altercation out there in the middle field. See some flags coming up late.
After the play was over, unnecessary roughness, number 91 of the defense, for unnecessarily contacting an opponent. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
It's Ricardo Matthews that you said was getting bullied a little bit early on. And he's going to talk to the coaches.
I'm sure the coach will be waiting for him right when he gets right about there. Oh.
Our Bearcat friend, Ricardo. Hails out of Clifton. Great player for UC. So instead of punting, Griffin takes it on first down. Down to the 35 of Indianapolis.
Again, they continue to move the ball here. They went through that one little phase where they were kind of getting pushed back into the quarterback's face, but it looks like this group out there now has kind of gotten settled into what they're doing, run blocking pretty well, and they're giving the Lefevre some quick throws to get rid of it quickly.
Now James Devlin in at fullback as Griffin stretches it out right side and earns another first down. 35, that lead blocker, a guy that a lot of people in this organization have liked what he's shown them at fullback so far.
Well, 21, Kevin Thomas is still looking for Griffin there as Griffin put a little bit of move on him. Nice blocking, sealing that side. You see right there. Hawkins coming in and sealing his man. Nice block by, what do you call him, Baby Hawk?
Baby Hawk.
Baby Hawk. Nice block.
I've got to say it's been impressive, maybe more so than I've seen in a decade. And we're talking about preseason games. The amount of blocking and sustained blocking that we've seen from the wide receiving core that I've ever seen from this team.
I totally agree with you. I mean, that is, you know, again, I don't refer back to when I was playing a whole lot, but we had a coach by the name of Bruce Coslett who had his wide receivers block. They were on defensive backs, and I'm seeing that here in the preseason. But you're absolutely correct, Brad. That's impressive. You're going to catch a football, but if you're not going to catch a football, you have to block, and they're doing that.
Lefevre going to take off and out of bounds. Jay Gruden with his new wide receivers coach James Urban running that new group of guys.
Play action fake, and Lefevre comes out to the right and really doesn't see anything, and says, I can outrun this defensive lineman, get a few yards.
Third and 5 now from the 22. 8 of 16 on third down conversions. Nice little shovel left side. Mr. Pearman, do your thing. First and goal.
Impressive. I like it. Get him out there in the open, let him do his thing, and that's exactly what the Bengals do. Everybody pulls to the right, they pitch to the left, and Cedric Pearman gets away from a couple defenders, runs over one, and finally gets tackled inside the 10-yard line.
He got a block from Ryan Whalen.
Yep, and again, wide receiver right there.
From the 9. 11th carry for Ced Pearman, 57 yards. Griffin. So Pearman with 57. Brian Leonard ran 11 times for 57. No Ced Benson, no Bernard Scott. And what you desire as a coach more than anything is depth. Next guy in. Second and goal from the 7. Lefevre. Tight end inside the 5. Chase Kaufman catches everything. That's never a problem. He's slow to get up.
Tremendous hands. That ball was a little high, and he just got up there and brought it right in. Offensive line, good pass pro. He outstretches, gets that. Couple guys go over the top, and then he's hit pretty hard. But wow, he's got some pretty good hands.
Caught the back end of that football. Third down and goal from the 4-yard line. Lefevre in trouble. Gonna run with it and run out of bounds. Chased by Jerry Hughes. Nobody open in the end zone, and they'll send out the field goal unit.
That play didn't look real smooth to begin with. He kind of looks to the left and then had a little pressure, felt it quickly, and then all of a sudden he decides to run. Smart move by Lefevre there, not throwing it up. Chance of getting it intercepted, so he just ran and got what he could get. And again, I think that was a smart move on his part.
Hughes got loose on Matthew O'Donnell right away and was chasing number 8 from the get-go. 24-yard attempt. Nugent puts the Bengals in front with 6:19 to go. 13-10 Cincinnati. Hey Bengals fans, come join us at Paul Brown Stadium for the 2011 regular season home opener, taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Experience the excitement of game day. Call the Bengals ticket office 866-621-TD. TD. 15 play drive, 72 yards, 7:12 off the clock. Still unable to punch it in. 24-yarder from Mr. Nugent. The Bengals have a 13-10 lead.
Red zone offense. I mean, you hear a lot about that once you get inside the 20 or closer than that. Separate from teams, you score touchdowns.
Thomas Weber with a kickoff to LaRon Moore. He'll take it out from 8 yards deep in the end zone. Not a good decision. Ryan Whalen can't bring him down, but all he does is slow him down for the band of brothers. David Pender gets in on it. Baby Hawk is in on it. .6:12 to go, and the Colts will start deep, trailing 13-10. Great Clips says free Bengals tickets with sideline access for 2. Look for details. Register kids 8 to 13 at Great Clips locations. Relax, you're at Great Clips. Colts starting deep in their own territory from the 4. Trailing by a field goal with 6:12 remaining in this one. Orlovsky to throw under pressure. And incomplete. Looking for Gilry. And he had to get rid of it long before his receiver made the cut.
One of those things where you're right. I think he felt a little of the pressure, and Lindsey was turned around a little bit, but the ball was just not thrown where his wide receiver was.
Chad Spann now deep in the backfield. Quick hit to Marshall Williams. Incomplete. Flag over top. It was Pender who was out in coverage. And Pender who will get the penalty.
Another one of those defensive backs that are getting a close look tonight. We've talked about Morgan Trent, Rico Murray, Brandon G. You got Pender there.
Played with the Colts. Shined early on in camp. But the competition has been stiff. Seven-yard pickup on first down.
James Ruffin closing in from that defensive end spot, had a chance to really get rid of his blocker and make the tackle, but he just couldn't get separation. He had pretty good position there.
There's Ruffin. Second and 3. Spann. Nice pursuit. Pender was there first. Adeyanju makes the drop. DeQuinn Evans is there. He's had a nice game for himself, hasn't he? Put some good stuff on tape no matter what.
Rushing the passer right there against the run. Evans has showed me a lot with his speed. You know, anytime you play linebacker and all of a sudden you put your hand down, you're going against that offensive tackle and you have the ability to really, you know, work him over pretty well. That says a lot.
Third and 3. Orlovsky, long right side, looking for Taj Smith, almost came down with it. Pender out in coverage again. He had it on his hands. Bothered just enough.
Wow, excellent throw. He just lays that one. Smith has him beat by a step.
And Orlovsky says, can't throw it any better than that.
Had him once already, almost had him again.
Falls to punt. Cosby is back. Man, receivers dream about getting one laid out on their hands like that. Didn't hit this one well. Cosby at the 44. And Quan will take it to the 49. 36-yard kick. And about a 5-yard return. Hey, now it's time to take a look at Cincinnati Children's Change the Outcome play of the game. 3rd and 5. Little pitch left to Sed Pierman. And number 30 always makes the most of it. This one for 13 yards. Sets up the game-leading field goal. That changed the outcome of the game. And Cincinnati Children's changing the outcome for families here in the tri-state and around the world. Griffin caught in the backfield. I like Sed Pierman. He's a guy you want on your team. You hope to make room for someone like that.
I agree. I mean, we continue to talk about him and how impressive he is, but not only is he a one-dimensional, he's a two-dimensional player. I mean, he can run around people and he can run over people. And he's every opportunity he gets, he continues to impress and impress.
Catch the ball out of the backfield.
Yep.
Special teams guy. He can be a returner. I don't know whether there's room for him. 2nd and 10 from the 48. Griffin with a stiff arm, forced out of bounds. Going to be 3rd down and long with the clock stopped at 3:35 to go.
Yeah, it is amazing when you start, looking at the numbers and you look at the players, and it's just like, well, you got one too many guys in front of him. So as good as he's been doing in the preseason, he's the odd man out. And those are the things that you hate to see. I mean, you got your, again, we talked about it earlier. You got your guys that are starting, your solid backup guys, and you see, as a player, you looked at it too, and you say, well, this guy has a good chance to make it. And all of a sudden, he doesn't make it, and you're like, whoa, I thought maybe he was going to make it.
3rd and 9, they keep it on the ground and into Colts territory again, but it will bring up a 4th down as the clock is stopped. Colasante on the stop. Another timeout taken by Indy. Their second. Let's throw it down on the field to Mike Valpredo.
Brad, finally someone my height. Always good to catch up with my old friend Mike Nugent from inside an hour from here, and now part of this team for a couple years. Good to see you again, and I know you're happy to be here.
It's really great. First of all, just being back with the Ohio fans. I think that's just, I can't reiterate enough just how great it is playing back in Ohio, and just this is the team I grew up cheering for. My parents taking us to games just for as long as I can remember, so it's awesome being out here at Paul Brown Stadium.
Well, I know firsthand you've made a lot of big kicks in this state from just up the road. Coach Lewis been bragging about you. You've had a great preseason. Why are things going so well, and why now are you kicking so well, Mike?
You know what? There's so many factors that go into one field goal. I think it all starts with, the guys up front. I can't do my job that well, unless they do a great job. So, great snaps and great holds are really a big part of it. And I'm very lucky with the team I get to work with. These guys, they know when it's time to get serious and know when it's time to sit back and relax a little bit. And even though we're in and out every single day, camp is very, very long days, and we don't get tired of each other. It's great to be around these guys and have a lot of fun with them.
Well, I knew you were going to be humble, but I'll put it to you more like this. Are you healthier than you might have been maybe in the last couple of years? You've indicated that you feel as good as you felt in a long time.
Definitely, yeah. I think even though we had the lockout, I was doing the rehab basically on my own, but got kind of a couple different workouts from my physical therapist and just put all that together and try to get the knee back in shape. And, yeah, it feels great, and I think hopefully everything keeps getting stronger. I'm just going to keep doing my rehab regimen and keep doing it pretty much all season.
Marvin told us in Detroit he wasn't going to let you kick over 52 yards. But then last week, you were sized up at 55, and he let you have it. And talk about that one against Carolina.
I think it's one of those things you really need to earn it. Obviously in the preseason, but you need to earn it on the field in practice. And I think we've been going out practice every day, kicking a lot of field goals in practice, and the coach does a great job putting the pressure on you at the time in practice, so you can get out on the field when it comes to game time, and you feel very comfortable out there. So it's one of those things you got to tell yourself, kind of like the day one things you learn, like just hit it like you would an extra point.
All right, I'll put you on the spot here. How far is too far for you?
Too far?
At 62, you want to go in?
62, it depends on the night. I think we had kind of a strip fumble or sack fumble that it would have been about 63, 64. I was walking out there, but it's one of those things. That's why Darren does what he does, and Coach Lewis does what he does, and I love it that they get to make decisions like that.
That's right. It's not your fault if it doesn't go right, and it was my fault you missed in Detroit because you kicked the one good, and then I came on TV and said he's been perfect and he'll be perfect, and then so I'll take that one. I apologize.
Oh, it's funny. You got other people say, oh, it was my fault, and I'm kind of like, well, pretty much everything was perfect. We were kicking in the dome, great snap, great hold, and I just didn't hit it the way I wanted to. So I can't put that on anybody else. So.
Guys, I mean, Nuge won't even let me take the fall for the one slight blemish, but that's the kind of character he is. It's great to have Mike Nugent here with the Bengals.
No question about it, Mike. He is a great addition to this team, both with his leg and with his character. Has been extremely charity-minded since he's been on this squad, and it's great to see how healthy he is at this point. Big hook up to Chris Brooks into Bengals territory, 26-yard pickup for Orlovsky and company. Inside 3 minutes to play. and the Colts trailing by 3. Incomplete. Trying to hit Tyson DeVree outside and Miles out in coverage.
Tell you what, that 55-yarder he hit last week had plenty of leg too. So it is good to see that he is healthy, Nugent.
And we'll do it for real in the dog pound next week as they start with the first 2 on the road. Orlovsky under pressure. Down deep. Nice coverage by Jonathan Wade to knock that one away without a penalty flag coming out.
Orlovsky doing a nice job getting away from DeQuinn Evans again, putting pressure on him as a pass rusher. And then Jonathan Wade doing it right here. Look, number 54 coming around the corner, almost gets him a little jersey. Orlovsky doing a good job, and wow, Jonathan Wade, excellent play right there, defending that pass, making sure that he doesn't interfere with the wide receiver.
That's about as well as you can play a ball like that.
Exactly.
Got the left hand over top, but timing was pretty good. 3rd down and 10. And Orlovsky has to take another timeout. That is their 3rd and final. So the Colts trailing by 3 in Bengals territory. You would assume at this point, with no timeouts remaining, that this is probably 4-down territory for them. Cops are cracking down on drunk driving like never before. If you drive drunk, you get caught and you will be arrested. Drive sober or get pulled over. Funded by the Ohio Traffic Safety Office, a division of the Ohio Department of Public Safety. Well, we had some key things that we were looking at. Looking at the offensive line, Clint Bowling, I think we have learned that this is a guy that definitely fits into the mix. Exactly where to be decided. Probably Reggie Stevens probably fits into the mix because of the need at center. We'll talk a little bit more about that right after 3rd down and 10 from the 49. Orlovsky throwing near side. Todd Smith, 1st down in front of Pender at the 35.
Todd Smith having himself a pretty good game, other than that one just out of reach. He's making some good catches right here. The offensive line doing a nice job. Frosty Rucker getting through the middle there late, but Orlovsky right here, Landon Johnson kind of meeting at the quarterback, but he did an excellent job standing in there and hitting Smith on that one.
From the 35. Bubble screen left side with a flag on the field. Wade in on another stop. This one came out just as the ball was snapped.
Illegal formation, offense, 6 players on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty, repeat 1st down.
3 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. Move it back 5 yards to the 40-yard line. So on the offensive line, you would think that they are fairly set with that situation. We talked about the tight ends, maybe set. Figure out what they're going to do in the backfield. That may be a tough call with who they're going to take, but may have had that already decided tonight. 1st and 15 now from the 40. Orlovsky under pressure again, throws, and Smith drops another. He has 6 catches for 110 yards and 2 drops for about 50 more. 1:58 to go. Back after this. And we are back, and you are looking at tonight's gold star of the game. Bruce Gradkowski leading the Bengals to their only touchdown drive, and he started pretty well.
He did, finished up 14-17, but I believe he hit 9 in a row. And here's a guy that we were talking about, well, you know, back up, got to show a little more, and he did tonight. Nice job.
Said Pearman easily an honorable mention. 10 carries, 36 yards. Got to mention Brian Leonard with 11 carries and 57 yards. I'd like to honorable mention DeQuinn Evans as well.
Yeah, he's having an excellent game, and right now he's getting double and triple teamed.
And one more catch for Taj Smith. Before that one had 6 for 110.
Frosty Rucker. Oh. Excuse me, Brad. I saw the same thing. That was some good pass rushing there.
Half a second too late. Red zone, 1st and 10 from the 17. Colts trailing by 3. 7 catches, 133 yards for Taj Smith. Looking end zone. Incomplete. Trying to get Chris Brooks there. Overthrew him in the back of the end zone.
Good coverage by Morgan Trent, number 25, right there, right in his hip pocket. Guys are still playing hard. I like it. That defensive line putting pressure on the quarterback, DeQuinn Evans, Frosty Rucker, James Ruffin.
Orlovsky 9 of 17 for 171 yards. He's been sacked once. Span up the middle. Very close to a first down at the 7-yard line before Rico Murray drags him down.
Colts doing a nice job there. Little delayed draw. Things opening up right in the middle. Gotta have to change it up when that pass rush is those defensive linemen are coming upfield quickly. Use it to your advantage.
1st and goal from the 7. Orlovsky to the end zone. Taj Smith, touchdown. What a night he would have had without the drops, but even with that, he has been impressive.
Quick slant going against Pender there. Orlovsky doing a nice job throwing it over the outstretched arm of a defensive lineman. Still having enough vision to get it in there. You're right. Smith has had an excellent night, and you probably add another at least 40 to 60 yards.
8 catches, 140 yards, and a touchdown. That's a good preseason game. McAfee adds the extra point, and the Bengals trail 16-13, 17-13, I should say, with 1:08 remaining. Our executive producer of tonight's broadcast, Brian Sells. Coordinating producer, Wade Martin. Tonight's game produced by Russ Jenish and directed by David Ashbrock. TD, Brian Filippetti. And our graphics producer, Jim Mueller. Associate producers for Bengal Television, Scott Simpson and Jamie DeLong. Of course, our guys in the booth, Mike McCall, Michael Bloom, and Aaron Leach, our stage manager. Our spectacular photo staff. Kenny Farney on audio. Go down the list. They're all spectacular.
Been another fun preseason, Brad. Enjoyed working with you.
Always a pleasure, my friend. Quan Cosby back deep. But they get this one to Pearman. Said Pearman with a little bit more time. Across the 35-yard line.
I love it. Put me in, coach. Let me run the ball in the backfield. Let me return kicks. I'll tell you what, this young man is very impressive, like we've been saying all night, and he doesn't hesitate. Nice blocks up there by the return team, and he just hits the crease and gets it up to the 37-yard line.
Set Quan in front of him. What did I say? The guy on special teams, they'll let him do some different things. He's a tough guy to forget about. Dump to Griffin, makes a nice catch. Takes some yards after catch to the 45-yard line. Bengals still with 3 timeouts as the clock ticks inside 50. Calvin Russell, first down, midfield. Have to stop the clock now with 36 seconds to go. And Lefevre will come to the sideline to get the game plan.
Now this is probably one of the toughest, probably part of the game for an offensive lineman. Those defensive linemen could care less about a run. They are in that sprinter stance and they are just all out as soon as they see that ball move. And for an offensive lineman, it's about, okay, you heard the line, now you know what you're going to do. Now it's taking that correct right step, because those guys are just speed all the way, and if you take one bad step, that can spell disaster.
36 on the ground, 24 through the air. Nice diving grab by Whalen inside the 35. They take their second timeout with 27 seconds left.
Very impressive here, getting this football with about a minute left as they march down inside about the 34-yard line. Lefevre doing a good job avoiding some of the pressure, hitting his open wide receiver Whalen.
So 1 timeout remaining for the Bengals. They trail by 4. New set of downs from the 34-yard line. Dan 7 of 10. And to win it, we'll have to change that 0 number at the bottom to 1 TD. Rolls and running with it. Get out of bounds short of the first down, but stops the clock with 23 seconds to go. Move it up to the 27-yard line. Whalen out left. Russell out wide right with Kaufman in the slot that side. Lefevre near side. They will stop the clock as he hits John Nailbone. 19 seconds remaining.
Short of the first down.
You got to look for those sticks.
Yep.
3rd and 1 from the 25-yard line with 19 ticks remaining and 1 timeout left. Whalen now wide right. Russell there wide left. Pressure, throwing, picked. And that will essentially do it. Kevin Thomas, as if it were intended for him. He had Kaufman open. Underthrew him. 10 seconds remaining on the clock, and the Colts are going to get their first preseason victory.
Yep. It was a pick, but Bengals, I think, got away there with the hold on the right, and the official looked like he was going to reach for his flag, but didn't. And all of a sudden, it was an interception. So it was pretty impressive while it lasted here, this last drive, with Lefevre leading the way, but they just couldn't finish it off.
Well, more than we can say about most game 4s of the preseason, this was pretty entertaining all the way through.
I agree. I agree.
We got to see Kerry Collins come out and try and learn the Colts offense, and the Bengals defense pretty much shut him down. We got to see Andy Dalton get a little bit warm, and we got to see Bruce Gradkowski finally get his offensive side to punch one in for the first time. But the Bengals lose 17-13. We'll be back to wrap things up right after this.